What's up, everybody? So you're thinking about moving to Manzanita, Oregon, or you just like to know more information about Manzanita? Well, in this video, we are going to go through the pros and cons of living in Manzanita, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Manzanita, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market on the coast. My name is Eddie, and I get calls, emails, texts every single day from people just like you looking to make a move to the coast. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Maybe we can jump on a Zoom call so I can help you make a smooth move in your next step of the journey. Let's get after the pros and cons now. So we're talking about Manzanita, Oregon. Where is Manzanita? Well, Manzanita is about an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes from Portland. And when I say Portland, I mean Hillsboro, Beaverton area, downtown, maybe a little bit longer, depending on which route you take. You can drive up to Seaside and go over. You can drive down through towards Wheeler, and there's a cutoff right there where you can go right to the Hillsboro area from the Wheeler turnoff there. Whichever way you go, it's gonna, be right around the same timeline and different sceneries as you drive. If you're coming from Salem, it's about 2 hours and 10 minutes from Salem. It's gonna be a little bit, maybe about an hour longer if you're coming from Eugene, and the Bend area is gonna be 4 hours from Bend. So when you're thinking about where you're coming from, just think from those landmarks: Portland, Salem, Bend, or Eugene. That's where you're coming from. If you're coming up the coast or down the coast, you're about an hour from Astoria, maybe a half an hour from Seaside, and to the south you're about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to Tillamook, and you're about 2 hours and 15 minutes to Newport, just to give you some reference. The mean age or average age of residents there in Manzanita is 67. There's a lot that we're going to go over, so I just wanted to give you that baseline data of where we're at. The housing market right now in Manzanita as of winter of 2024, so we're talking January through early March of 2024, the average list price right now is $874,500. You have an average days on the market of 140 days, and it's roughly about $540 per square foot, according to the listings and the statistics that we have on right now. But right now in Manzanita, in the main village area, right near downtown Laneta Drive, you're going to only have 2 listings. One listing is it could be a triplex. It's 2 units. You can find that in my Manzanita vlog tour. It is basically, and this is as of early 2024, it's $1.3 million. The other one, that's 2 lots and it's a small house, it's almost $2 million, and those are right downtown Manzanita. There are some new constructions going up that are going to be in the high 7s to high 9s. So you can also buy a lot for $202 to $250 and build your own place. So those are some different options in Manzanita. It's going to be expensive. There's a lot of second homes, which we're going to get into, and we're going to go through everything here. Let's go first into the pros. The pros of Manzanita. Number one, it has an amazing downtown. So how big is the downtown? Not too big. It's walkable. It's maybe about 3/4 of a mile from the very top where 101 hits Laneta Drive down to the beach. You could make that, from Manzanita Lumber all the way down to the beach. Maybe it takes you about 15 minutes and maybe 20 minutes because you're going uphill when you go back. That is where all the main shops are. That's where all the main restaurants are, cafes. Manzanita Grocery and Deli is there on Laneta Avenue, and that's going to take you right down to the beach and Ocean Drive. So when you're thinking about what is so cool about Manzanita, so you've got coastal towns that are off the beach, maybe a mile or 2 miles, like Coos Bay, North Bend, and then you have other towns like Lincoln City, which is most of the city is up on a ridge. You have to go down to the beach. You talk about Bandon, same thing. It's up on a ridge. Another town that is on the beach, you've got Gold Beach, you've got a town like Seaside is on the beach, and Manzanita, which is more of like a village, it is on the beach. It is literally on the beach. So when you're in that downtown area, you just walk down right to the beach, and there on your right is Neahkahnie Mountain, and there to your left goes all the way down, sprawls all the way down to Nehalem Bay and the mouth of the Nehalem River. So it's a really cool spot. And that goes right into our second thing, which is just the feel and the geography of Manzanita is absolutely amazing. You can go there on a January or February day when you think it's going to be raining and windy. You'll get one of those beautiful days, no wind, and you've got stretches of beach. You've got everything you'd want in a coastal town. You've got a beautiful ocean right there. You've got the Neahkahnie Mountain right to the north, and you've got 6 miles of beach from the base of Neahkahnie Mountain all the way down to Nehalem River mouth. So it's awesome. And then if you go to the other side of that, you go down towards Rockaway Beach. I mean, it's just unbelievable when it comes to just the natural beauty and the natural environment of Manzanita. Another pro is just how amazing it can be to live in a place like Manzanita and be able to go to Manzanita Links golf course. So it has a golf course right there in town. I was there not too long ago, and people were just wheeling their golf carts right off of the 9th hole right to their house. There's people that have golf carts. There's people that they just walk their golf clubs there. You can play rain or shine, and it's very low greens fees. So you're going to be able to do all that cheaply, and it's right in the middle of town. I mean, it's a block or two away, maybe about 3 or 4 blocks from Lynette Avenue, which is where the main city center is there in the village of Manzanita. The next thing, the pros, is there's tons and tons of things to do. I already said you've got the ocean, which is probably the coolest thing, right? You might try to go surfing right there off of Ocean Drive, which you're more than welcome to. I would probably tell you to go to either Seaside or go to Oswald West State Park, which is right on the other side of Neahkahnie Mountain. There's a lot of different options when it comes to surfing, but local people that surf probably don't just go right to a beach and go surfing. They go to the right break. They go to the beach they want to, that they find seems to be the right place for them and their surfing expertise. Like I said earlier, the other cool thing to do is there is a golf course, Manzanita Links. Check it out. It is a great place to go if you're going to be in Manzanita. You've got the Nehalem River right next to Manzanita. You're about 3 to 4 miles away from Nehalem and Wheeler. You've got the Nehalem Bay that goes to the Nehalem River, and you can go fishing and really do all your sport fishing there. You can even try to go crabbing in Nehalem Bay. I'm not sure if you're going to get anything in there. You might have to go down to Tillamook. There's a lot of different options when it comes to sport fishing in and around Manzanita. Any place along the Oregon coast, you're going to have rivers that are stocked with different types of fish. You're going to have all the runs that you're going to be able to experience. Go check it out. They're awesome. It's wonderful. And Manzanita is no different. I'd say one of the biggest pros, and I've already mentioned this, but just the proximity to Portland and the proximity to major city centers. I mean, 2 hours from Salem and an hour and a half from Portland. If you're in any of those city centers and you want to get to a smaller, more beautiful place when it comes to the Oregon coast, definitely Manzanita. I would say that's a huge pro of just the location of where it is on the coast. All right, now we're going to go to our cons. Number 1 on our cons list has got to be the weather. I always talk about the weather in these videos because I want you to know what it's like. This is on the northern Oregon coast, so you're about 40 miles from Astoria, about 20 miles from Seaside. Those places get roughly 120 to 125 days of sun per year. That's not a lot. Okay. And when you move down the coast, Newport gets 160 to 165. And then you get to the southern coast of Brookings, you're getting 190 to maybe almost 200 days of sun. So you're getting 2 to 2.25 more months of sun on the southern coast than the northern coast. Manzanita gets the same amount of rainfall, average rainfall, about 80 inches annually a year there in Manzanita. So the one thing that I'll say about weather, it's not going to be great overall throughout the year. If you can endure rain and you can endure the gray skies, which if you live on the coast, you get used to a hoodie and you get used to a vest. Not a lot of people use umbrellas. Maybe you do because there's wind, but that's the cool thing about Manzanita. In the summer, you're going to be protected by that summer northern wind from Neahkahnie Mountain. So those are things, the cons of the weather. You're definitely going to want to think just That's going to be something where, can I endure not having very much sun? Now, if you're just coming in the summer, boom, there you go. That's all it's about. But in the winter months, it's going to be a little bit tougher if you're not used to it, or you can't endure not having some vitamin D. Number 2 on our list, this is a small spot. There's not a lot of people. There's only 660 residents. That's the population. So it's small. You're going to run into a lot of the same people. You're going to know everything about everybody probably that lives there. All of your local amenities, like the amenities that you might be used to in a bigger city center, they're not going to be here. Okay, you might be able to go up to Astoria. It's an hour drive up there. And just south of Astoria in the Warrenton area, you've got like Costco and some bigger box stores. But you might have to go to Portland to do some of that bigger box shopping. You may not care, and that's why you're moving to Manzanita. But those things aren't going to be available to you. So the smallness of Manzanita is one of the things that is a detractor for some. Along those same lines, you're not going to have the same type of restaurant and nightlife amenities that you would have in a bigger city. You know, you can go to Portland. There's plenty of places to go at 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. that you're not going to be able to do when you live on the coast. I don't care where it's at, not Manzanita, not Newport, not Brookings, not Gold Beach. There's not going to be hardly anywhere that has even a 24-hour restaurant or even a 24-hour store. So don't expect to be able to just, get up at 11 and go get some ice cream at the local shop. It's just not going to be open. They're going to close down between 7, 8, 9 p.m. most likely. So just be ready for that. There's really not going to be any night shopping. There's not going to be any night restaurants past maybe 8 or 9, especially in the off months. And you're not going to have any type of shopping or nightlife past then either. Manzanita is well known for its second homes and vacation rentals. So you're going to have a loss of community. I know there's a lot of houses and a lot of structures in Manzanita, but when you're there in the winter months, you're not going to see hardly anybody around. You're going to see the locals that are diehard Manzanita residents, but you're not going to see all the people until the summer months hit. It's a heavy vacation rental place. So that's another thing that you're going to have to worry about is when you have a vacation rental location that has hundreds of vacation rentals, we're talking hundreds of them, then you have got to be aware there's going to be a lot of people coming in and out of Manzanita from May until October every single year. So it's going to be completely overwhelmed and inundated. So that nice, quaint little town that you like so much in the winter months, or maybe you go there on a day where there's not a lot of people, it is going to be bustling and overwhelming with tourists and second home visitors, vacation rental visitors in the summer months and in the more popular months. So just be aware of that. It's definitely a con. Another thing is there's not going to be very many jobs, even service industry jobs, where there is lots of restaurant jobs and hotel jobs and different things. There are some of those in Manzanita, but you're not going to find that at a high level here because it's just so seasonal. So you're going to get jobs seasonally, but in the winter, it's going to be tough. So just be aware there's not a lot of career jobs. There's not a lot of jobs now. Online, those types of things, remote, that's perfect for somebody like that because then you can just be in your house, do your remote work, and then move on. But when you're talking about careers locally, you're just going to get a lot of the service industry, tourism jobs. You're going to get some city jobs and some county jobs, Tillamook County, not too far away. Those are the options there in Manzanita. I'd say one of the last things I'm going to address is just the housing market. It is crazy right now. There are only 2 houses available in the city of Manzanita. There's a couple being built. There's a new construction house, which is just east of city limits, $875,000, just east of town in the new Highlands at Manzanita subdivision. But in town, there's only 2 listings. There's 3 listings and they're all over $900,000. So, I mean, if you're thinking about affordability or anything like that, Manzanita is going to be out of the question. But if this isn't your budget point and you are looking at Manzanita, there's still not a lot of options, okay? So you're just got to be patient, or you've got to decide, maybe I want to build something in Manzanita. That's an option too. So when you think of all the cons and all the pros, you got to kind of weigh those out. They're going to be subjective, but that is Manzanita in a nutshell. When you're thinking about moving there and maybe you need some more information, or you're thinking about just moving on the coast and you want some more information about that, maybe you need some boots on the ground. I'm a local real estate agent on the Oregon coast. If you need help, don't hesitate to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Maybe we can jump on a Zoom and I can help you reach your real estate goals on the Oregon coast. My name is Eddie Townsend with Oregon Life Homes. And let's just make sure to make this the best day ever.